Peggy 16.
時は室町時代。野望ひしめく戦国の世で新たな時代を切り開く者たちがいた。
With Samurai Warriors 5 releasing and also focusing on Nobunaga Oda, there are lots of mixed opinions. On the 20th of July there will be a free demo available on Steam, and it will fully launch 7 days after, on the 27th. Samurai Warriors 5 is a sequel and at the same time a retelling of the original game. It will cover stories that haven't been told yet. One example of that would be the younger days of Nobunaga, where he meets Mitsuhide. It will also cover more known events, such as the incident of Honoji. The game will have 37 playable characters, of which 21 returning. 16 of those 37 ones will be new ones, and 10 of the 16 will be support characters. You will be able to play those, but they will not have a full combo. Koei Tecmo has completely changed the art style. You will also be able to equip up to 4 Muso attacks. You can swap weapons if you prefer one type over the other. Swapping weapons can be good for the player if they prefer a certain type. However, equipping a character's preferred weapon will give you more combo variety. Now let's look at what the community has to say on Steam.
Their game is the most expensive on Steam and very rare to go on discount, mostly only 40% max.
Of course it's expensive, it's a new game, so they are not gonna charge $5 for something they just made. And their games do go on sale at least twice a year. For some games made by Koei Tecmo, they go up to 90% discount. So for this one, the first paragraph, I'm gonna skip over it just because it talks more about Dynasty Warriors than it does about Samurai Warriors.
So now they changed the art style to be more anime, the characters to be younger and more generic, their weapons make a smaller roster because, you know, having an insane amount of characters totally wasn't the main selling point of the franchise. Despite all, the peons still seem to look the same, so they are still flipping assets. Why does Koei hate the people that keep buying their games so much? To clarify, I'm probably 90% sure gonna play this anyway, because I can't just skip a new Warriors game. The only one I ever missed was Dynasty Warriors 8 and its spin-offs, because back then I no longer owned a console and the games had not been ported to PC yet.
I have personally played some Dynasty Warriors games, and to be honest, they feel a lot different. Samurai Warriors and Dynasty Warriors, you can just compare the style of the game, but you can't compare the movements and the way it plays. It's also set in a different country, and probably even in a different time period, if I'm not mistaken. I know that Dynasty Warriors 9 was a complete disaster because of the open world, but I don't necessarily have a problem with them changing the art style. He's right to some extent. Changing the art style will not attract any new customers because at the core it's still the same genre. It's a hack and slash 1v1000. He's also 90% sure he's going to play the game anyways, so good for him. He came around. It's probably best, yeah. If he has fun with it, why not?
Almost all the waifus are missing. Inahime, no Kai, no Ginsho Tachibana, no Naoto Arali, no Nene, no Oichi, no Okuni, no Aya Gozen, no Gracia, no Mori Ranmaru. I heard.
So yeah, there will be less playable females, but the story is about Nobunaga, so you'd think his sister Oichi and Ranmaru Mori would be in the game.
Really? Let's forget all the characters we loved in the past games and redesign them into boring dudes, and now we have only like 20 plus playable characters. Don't make an excuse, that's it for the artistic look. We know you do it in order to make run smooth on the Switch, so we have worse looking graphics and worse looking characters. That's not all. We also get watered down gameplay with characters sharing movesets based on their weapons instead of having unique gameplay for every character.
Cutting down the roster was bound to have some backlash. The graphics, as I said, aren't necessarily worse. They're just different. They work. To be honest, it doesn't look bad, but that was just bound to happen. So in conclusion, people are more worried about the roster being cut down, Koei Tecmo making DLC. There is no DLC yet, but if you pre-order the deluxe edition, you'll see that there's a season pass, so they most likely will make DLC again. Do I care? No. Will I buy it? Most likely, yeah. I also get why people don't like the redesigns of the characters, because people have been attached to a character model. They have looked like that for over a decade, and making a change now can throw people off, make them not want to play it. But to be honest, if you don't play a game because of the character models, I'm sorry, but that's your problem. They have the right to do anything with their franchise, so deal with it. I personally can't wait to play a game. I have pre-ordered the deluxe edition, and I will upload gameplay afterwards, and then it will be up to you guys to decide whether it's worth it or not. So that's it for this video. I hope you enjoyed it, and until next time, take care, stay safe.